Hello and welcome. Today I have the gorgeous Annalise Kugler on the Zoom with us from My Joy Body. And I wanted to connect in with Annalise. She is offering this amazing cleanse, which is called the Wolf You Feed. Let's get that right because I love that title. And I really wanted to take this opportunity to share more about what the cleanse is about, and I'm also mindful I'm a newbie to a cleanse, and so I had my own questions, and I really sort of handed over to Annalise now to tell us a bit more about this cleanse and why it's happening, how it's good for us, and how we can get involved.
Lovely. Thank you, Lisa. So cleansing so I come from a yoga background like yourself, and cleansing is a big part of that. And it took me, I've been teaching for about 20 years, and it took me probably about 15 of those to get to that cleansing part and understand it. And it came from the fact that I wanted to address my relationship to food, because my relationship to food was fraught with, and don't get me wrong, I'm still working through layers, but there was a lot of things that were a hangover from my childhood or social conditioning, and so I decided to take cleansing into my life. And I came up with a series of cleansing, and so I cleanse April and October, and I've turned that into a cleanse program. So every April and every October I take a group of people through a month-long cleanse program, and it's quite life-changing. And I think one of the lovely things that I like about this is that I quite like having a cup of coffee. I quite like having a glass of wine. I quite like eating a donut, all of those things. But it was fraught with me with guilt, because I was supposed to be, this clean, pure living person. And so with the cleanse, it's just taken the brakes off, and all my allergies, all my food intolerances have cleared up. So what happens is, for those 2 months out of a year, I take a break from those things, and then I can reintroduce them. And I reintroduce them in a way more healthy way. So for me personally, it's kind of essential. And it's beautiful. And so we each time we choose a focus, and this focus I've chosen the Wolf You Feed, based around the old proverb of there are two wolves living inside you. Do you know that? Do you know the proverb? Yeah. So there's a young child that's speaking to his granddad, and his granddad said, you've got two wolves living inside you. One is fear and kind of all of that egoic stuff, and the other one is peace and mindfulness and all of that yummy stuff. And the child says, so which wolf wins? And the grandfather says, the wolf you feed. And so this is about focus this month. It's about focusing on the life you want, the things you want in that life, and feeding that. So, people will think about cleansing and stuff and thinking, oh, I can't have this and I can't have that and I can't have that. No, we're not doing it that way. We're doing, I can have these beautiful juices, and I can have these beautiful broths, and I can engage in personal practice, and I can nourish and sustain the life that I want to lead. Yeah.
Gorgeous. Yeah, I love the analogy, and I love it's focused still on what we're giving ourselves rather than what we're taking away, and what we feed grows. So that makes a lot of sense. I know for me, when you first chatted to me about it, I went, a whole month, like a whole month, like that's a long time. So I know initially that was my hesitation. So do we go straight into it right from day one? How does that work? Do we ease in? Do we ease out? What does that month look like?
Yeah, well, it kind of looks different for everybody. So I've been speaking to a couple of people who are quite seasoned veterans, and they're like, day one I'm in. And and they're already preparing for it now, but they've been through it.
Okay.
And so the way that I've designed it is it's quite clever, if I may say so. I really like the way that it's designed, and I think it's kind of a point of difference from other the way that other people cleanse is we work on a bell curve. So the first week is that introduction. So if you've got a pretty hardcore coffee addiction, that first week, we take out the coffee. So we take out the ritual and the mindset of the coffee, but you can have something like mate or St. John's wort tea, which gives us that little altered state, which we like from our coffee because it changes our state, and without having the ritual and the hardcore caffeine. And then that second, third week, that's when we do our deep dive, and that's when we take everything out, and then we can deepen our practice. So we can bring in herbal allies and fasting, and that's all up to choice. So we do this sort of introductory call where people talk to me about what their needs are, and I say, well, what if you tried this, and what if you tried that? And it's so there's no one fixed way to do it. It's really individually tailored. And I've come up with 4 baseline diets, and the 4 baseline diets are 2 are vegan and 2 contain animal products, because some bodies need animal products, and I get that. And so, and 2 of the baseline diets take out fruit sugars. So if you're looking at getting candida, for example, out of the body, you'd take out fruit sugars. And so you might want to change your baseline diet through it. So week 1, you might be like, right, I'm on my meats and I'm on my fruit sugars, but come week 2 and week 3, I might drop those fruit sugars, or I might drop those animal products. So it's yeah, and because it's kind of changing, and also because there's a community and everyone's doing it, a month isn't really that long. And I've had feedback of people just going, was that a month?
Wow. Okay, that's good. That's reassuring because I've always wanted to do one. And I guess part of it that has held me back is I didn't want to do it by myself. So a sense of community is amazing. Having someone who's done this before, a seasoned cleanser, I don't know what you call yourself, this guru, this person who has knowledge and loves this practice and embodies this practice and does it for yourself, for what you receive, and now being able to share those learnings and share that support with us. So that's what I was missing before when I've wanted to do it or got curious. So I think the way that you're offering this, the way that you're bringing this, with your passion, your knowledge, all of that, and combining that with your yoga teaching is a phenomenal offering. So I'm really excited that I can then share this experience as well and offer this out to my community as well. And so and I'm just thrilled to be a part of it, in the sense that yes, I'm participating in the cleanse, and I'm also showing up daily with Intune Yoga Daily. So I'm doing that as my own practice and sharing that with the community, and also able to support your community with a yoga practice. So it's going to be really interesting because we're both living it, we're both going through it. And I think that is going to show up really well, in the sense that I'll be able to talk to that. I'll be able to talk to how I'm feeling, or and I think how important it is for us to be looking after or considering what we're putting into our body from a food, from a fuel, nutrition perspective. So much of that the wolf you feed. So that's, I hear that as food, but I also hear that as mindset, our thoughts, our beliefs, what we feed our soul, and also how we move our body. So if you could talk to that a little bit more around moving our body and how that helps with the cleanse.
Yeah, well, just before I do that, just one of the other things that we do is we have 4 workshops throughout the cleanse, and most of them, and a task each week, and most of them are aimed at mindset. So we're working with the psychological element of the being as well. So, if we've got to get it right up here, to get it right here. And so that's key in it. And there's a lot of journaling, if you want to, just writing, understanding what's coming up, where it's coming from, reflection, self-reflection. And I mean, the reason that I'm stoked that you're on board and bringing that Intune yoga space is because for me to hold that space and the cleanse, it's always been just too much. And everyone says to me, why aren't you doing yoga with this? It's like, because I'm actually hosting a cleanse. And so to be able to have that have you coming in and offering that into the space is gold. And I think it'll be really amazing for the participants as well. And I think that one of the things that it does, and one of the things that I love that you offer, is that it's a consistent practice. So when people start the cleanse, I've got a big, beautiful workbook that people work through, and I talk to creating a ritual. So what is your ritual of self-care, self-nourishment, and filling your own cup? And that's what you're bringing into this, is this beautiful, every day, every weekday at 6:30, it's there. And you can, and I'll be there. I don't have to do anything except for crawl out of bed, arrive on my mat, and go ready.
Yeah.
And that's gold. And I think that, after doing that for 4 months, participants will see that actually they can get out of bed and put half an hour aside and do it.
Yes.
So I'm really, really thrilled to that. And look, embodiment is everything. And being in this body is everything. I mean, that's why I teach yoga. That's why I teach this stuff, is because being in here is being inside the greatest mystery, the most amazing piece of God's creation that you can do. This is it. This is our access to super consciousness and spirituality. So I get a bit passionate about that, because embodiment is key.
Absolutely. And that's, I'm just so excited to get into that, to explore that with the cleanse. So here I am experiencing that and feeling that all at the same time. I'll be sharing from that place. I'll be asking questions, and to have, two communities supporting each other here, really, in a way. And so, yeah, gorgeous. I'm excited. So, yeah, I'm just thrilled to have you here to answer some of my questions, and I'm sure other people will have similar questions. So it'd be great for them to have access to this. And yeah, let's see who wants to join. So let's put the word out there.
And also, I'd love to extend a discount to your community as well, because that would be lovely to really bring the people that you work with into this process that you're going through and that I'm going through. So we'll let you guys know, but there'll be a nice little discount for you guys. That'd be great.
Thank you. That's so kind. I really appreciate that. And I'm sure my intern tribe will love that as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it starting. And so it starts 1st of April.
No, it starts the 5th. So it starts on the Monday.
Right,
and just
I was ready.
just so it starts on a Monday. Look, and by all means, on the 1st, go, okay, I'm in April, and really start looking at, you treat those first 5 days as something that is quite special, as a warm up, stretching before the Olympics. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Okay. Yeah, just considering my choices leading in, or going, savor this. I'll just savor this coffee. I'll savor this, whatever it is. Yeah. Okay. Great. I'm ready. I'm ready. So this is going to be fun. I'm very I will talk to it. And so yeah, I'm intrigued. I have no idea how it's going to show up for me. So we will soon see. There'll be a part 2. Yeah, actually that'd be really neat actually to do a quick connect in and share that. So yeah, I'm really keen to share this practice, this cleanse with you. So thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sister. Go well.
Thank you too.